Hey guys, welcome back to another video for today. And today we'll be talking about something a little disheartening in a sense that how physical element, physical itself isn't really the best and kind of dying. Even though we have Mika, physical element isn't really in a good spot today. Due to the fact, one, Mika not even that good at C0 and kinda debatable at C2, and two, so much enemies other than human characters have physical resistance and much higher than regular elemental resistance, which makes no sense to me because why does so much stuff have high physical resistance? You have the Ruin Guards, the Flying Ruin Guard, you have bosses, you have those concentrated beasts that has high physical resistance compared to elemental damage. Why is that the case in this game? Because I understand, yes, you can use it because superconduct can lower the resistance, but the thing is with that is why when you have all the other elements that have VV shred and then they have lower elemental resistance. So when you break the resistance with VV or resistance with veneer, you get more damage off, and also you can also use reactions. So that makes no sense why Mihoyo keep adding enemies with such high physical resistance. And also, let's not open the big can of worms and talk about how there hasn't been a new physical damage dealer, because that is not an easy thing to make a new physical damage unit, because one, everyone can do physical damage other than Catalyst, but there haven't been a need or haven't been a reason for there to be a new physical unit in the game, because for one, it kind of hard because with Eula, they had to make her scaling insanely big so people can justify pulling for her and her constellation, because if Eula had normal scaling like the other units, she will not be used because her scaling will not be justified, so that's why she like the damage per screenshot queen in this game. And also kind of hard because they have to give more scaling to these physical units, and it's not exactly easy because you saw what Mihoyo did to Mika. He should have never been that restricted. He should have had all his buffs with him on any target, on any situation. So yeah, that made no sense. And also, I just don't understand why they can just add more buffs to physical damage, because realistically, you're really not gonna use it over other elements. Like, why use it over Dendro reaction or Dendro stuff, or even Hydro? Because you are very limited with physical, because one, it only works with two elements, I mean, because we have Cryo you need and Electro, so that already takes up 2 team slots. How I see they can bring back physical is just do one simple thing. Like in the very first beta of Genshin Impact, Superconduct didn't originally only just lower physical resistance, it actually lowered defense, and what that means is it lowered both elemental defense and both physical, and that was pretty powerful because instead of relying on your physical damage, you can rely on your elemental team or field damage. Like you can rely on better Fischl, and you can rely on Eula or field damage while you lower the defense. That would make physical much more usable, because instead of just buffing your physical unit, you can be buffing your whole party, and that'll be so justifiable. Because I understand, like, if Raiden had that kind of capabilities, like, that would be insane, but at the same time, I don't really think that would break the game. Because due to the fact that even though low-end defense is big, it's not the only thing, because we already have that kind of thing with VV shred, so that can justify you don't need to bring a distant veneer user on your team. Well, I mean, you could for crowd control, but then you can use that via distant, the animal unit for other things. Like you can probably make them a sub carry, but with giving them damage, because some units actually have some high damage, and then you can get their grouping capabilities. Like example of that, if you build Sucrose and Kazuha for damage, they actually do pretty solid damage. Just the VB shred and the elemental mastery gain is just so big on them. it's not really worth building high damage, but if you don't need VV, you could justify doing high damage and having grouping capabilities, and I feel like that would be very justified. And I know I've been saying justify a lot, but realistically, physical is so far behind. I think they really need to change superconduct back to what it originally was, to lower your enemy defense and not physical resistance, because that would be a very big game changer for physical as an element. Because I'll be honest, I used to, when Eula came out, I used to enjoy hitting big numbers. At the same time, like, I used her, like, she was one of my teams to get my very first 36-star clear in the Abyss, but realistically, not that much more harder to do, because all the enemies just have so much high element physical resistance. It really hard to justify using her. Like, you can use her with, but just it's very hard, especially as the C0, and especially I don't really have a strong weapon for us yet. So it would really be nice if Eula could get some kind of buff, or like an indirect buff, or probably just something at least, because Mika will not cut it out unless you have a C6. If you have a C6 Mika, you have to use it, because the amount of numbers you can get on your Eula, like at C6, she can already hit over 1 million, and with all that crit damage, I feel like she might be able to hit more than that. So yeah, but I just want Eula to be more usable, because I'll be honest, other than that, yeah, I can probably use her in Abyss, but at the same time, she really does suffer from success, but I wish she can suffer from success in the Abyss, but she won't, because she had a lot of flaws, because even though you can hit 100k with your burst, other units can do that, and more effectively in a sense. Like, you have a melt gun, you can do that. Raiden Shogun can do it with heist setup. A lot of units, and hell, even Hyper Bloom will be more powerful even with if you buff Superconductor. So yeah, I think that would be a very justifiable thing to give physical the edge they need to stay viable, because it really did make no sense how they released Mika, but they really didn't do nothing really to help the physical element, because physical not really an element, it's just something you can use. It just Razor and Eula just have physical damage, and I really hope they can be more usable. Hell, even bring a new physical unit that fast as hell, make a quick version of Razor mixed with Hazel, and that would really start something. But I think that's all for today. Let me know what I should do next, because I would like to hear your suggestion. But what I said, if you like the video, dislike it, why not, if you would hate it, and subscribe if you're new. I make daily videos every day, and what I said, this is me talk about how physical damage need a buff and how Eula is not as viable as Gen. But I think that's it. Take care, love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.